Xylo 7 was a canvas of stark contrast. The harsh, rocky terrain, riddled with mining shafts and processing plants, was juxtaposed against the breathtaking, if desolate, beauty of the void. The colony, a cluster of modular habitats and industrial complexes, was a fragile bubble of human endeavor against the vast, uncaring backdrop of space. The silence that began to descend upon it was not merely an auditory absence, but a tangible weight, a pressure that seemed to permeate every corner of the settlement. Anya Sharma, in her observatory, felt the silence as a physical presence, a coldness that seeped into her bones. The usual hum of the life support systems, the whir of the data processors, even the subtle vibrations of her own breathing, seemed amplified in the unnerving quiet. The silence was not just outside, it was inside, a creeping stillness that threatened to extinguish the very spark of life. The initial drop in electromagnetic readings was subtle, a gradual fading of the background noise that Anya initially attributed to instrumental drift. She meticulously recalibrated the sensor array, running diagnostics and cross-referencing data from multiple sources, but the silence persisted, deepening with each passing hour. The usual cacophony of cosmic signals, the whispers of pulsars, the echoes of distant galaxies, had vanished, leaving behind an unsettling emptiness. The optical telescopes, usually trained on the distant tapestry of stars, revealed a more disturbing phenomenon. The flickering stars, initially a subtle anomaly, became increasingly pronounced, their light fluctuating with a strange, unnatural rhythm. It was as if the stars were being choked, their energy siphoned away by an unseen force. Anya, with her deep understanding of stellar physics, knew that such fluctuations were not normal. Stars were massive, stable fusion reactors, their energy output governed by fundamental laws. To see them flicker was to witness a violation of those laws, a disruption of the very fabric of reality. The silence and the flickering stars were not isolated incidents, they were accompanied by a range of other anomalies, subtle but unsettling. The colony's atmospheric sensors, designed to monitor the composition of the surrounding space, detected a strange depletion of certain energy particles. The usual flow of cosmic rays, the steady stream of protons and electrons that permeated the void, had diminished, replaced by an eerie stillness. The colony's communications network, a vital lifeline to the outside world, began to experience intermittent disruptions. Messages were garbled, transmissions were lost, and the signal strength fluctuated wildly. The silence was not just a spatial phenomenon, it was a temporal one, disrupting the flow of information, creating gaps and distortions in the fabric of communication. The miners, accustomed to the harsh realities of frontier life, were the first to voice their unease. They spoke of a coldness in the air, a sense of dread that hung over the colony like a shroud. They reported strange malfunctions in their equipment, tools that suddenly stopped working, sensors that gave erratic readings. The silence, they said, was not just a lack of sound, it was a presence, an unseen force that disrupted the very functioning of their technology. Jorin Voss, the colony administrator, a man of pragmatism and resolve, tried to maintain a sense of order and calm. He convened emergency meetings, gathering the colony's scientific and technical personnel to analyze the data and formulate a response. But the more they investigated, the more perplexing the phenomenon became. Anya, with her deep understanding of astrophysics, proposed a radical theory, a void wave, a ripple in spacetime that was absorbing energy and communication signals, leaving behind only echoes of what once was the flickering stars. She theorized, were the leading edge of the wave, a visual manifestation of its energy drain. The silence was the wave's core, a region of absolute energy depletion. Her colleagues, initially skeptical, were forced to acknowledge the growing body of evidence. The data from the sensor arrays, the optical telescopes, and the atmospheric monitors all pointed to a single, unsettling conclusion: something was fundamentally wrong with the space surrounding Xylo 7. Then, the derelict ship arrived. It appeared without warning, a dark, silent silhouette against the backdrop of the flickering stars. The colony's automated defense systems, usually vigilant against any approaching object, remained dormant, as if the ship was invisible to their sensors. It simply materialized, drifting slowly towards the asteroid belt. The ship's design was alien, a sleek, angular form that didn't match any known human vessel. It was a ghost ship, a vessel without lights, without signals, without life. It carried only the silence, a chilling reminder of the unknown threat that was encroaching upon the colony. Jorin, despite his initial skepticism, ordered a thorough investigation of the derelict. He deployed a remote drone, equipped with advanced sensor technology, to scan the ship's interior and exterior. The drone approached the vessel cautiously, its sensors probing the hull, searching for any sign of activity. The results were chilling. There were no life signs, no energy readings, no signs of activity whatsoever. The ship was a hollow shell, a ghost drifting through the void. The drone's cameras captured images of the ship's interior, revealing a scene of eerie desolation. The crew compartments were empty, the control panels were dark, and the navigation systems were silent. There were no signs of a struggle, no indications of a catastrophic event. It was as if the crew had simply vanished, leaving behind an empty vessel. Anya, analyzing the drone's data, noticed a series of strange, crystalline structures embedded in the ship's hull. They were translucent, shimmering with an internal light, and they seemed to pulsate with a faint, rhythmic energy. She ordered the drone to collect a sample of the crystalline material, retrieving a small fragment with its manipulator arm. The fragment was brought back to the colony's research lab, where Anya and her colleagues subjected it to a battery of tests. The results were perplexing. The crystalline material was composed of an unknown substance, a complex lattice of atoms that defied conventional physics. It emitted a faint energy signature, a low-frequency resonance that seemed to echo the silence that had engulfed the colony. Under a high-powered microscope, the fragment revealed a series of intricate patterns within its structure. The patterns were not random. They formed a complex network of interconnected nodes, resembling a neural network. Anya activated a series of experimental sensors, designed to detect residual energy patterns, and the fragment responded, emitting a series of faint signals. The signals were fragmented, distorted, but Anya was able to decipher them, revealing a series of images and sounds. They were memories, echoes of the lives lost within the derelict ship, images of a bustling crew, their faces filled with fear and confusion, sounds of alarms, screams, and the chilling silence that followed. The memories spoke of a vast, ancient entity, a being of pure entropy, that existed outside the known dimensions of space-time. It was this being that was creating the void wave, a slow, methodical consumption of reality. The derelict ship, Anya realized, was from a system already consumed by the wave, its journey ending in a silent, empty drift. The colony was gripped by fear. They were not facing a conventional enemy, a rival civilization, or a hostile force. They were facing something far more profound, something that threatened the very fabric of their existence. The silence was not just a lack of signal. It was a sign of their impending doom. The flickering stars were not just a visual anomaly. They were a countdown to their annihilation. Jorin, realizing the gravity of the situation, sent out a distress signal to the United Terran Alliance, warning them of the silent drift and the derelict ships. But the signal was weak, distorted by the encroaching silence. He knew that help, if it came at all, would be too late. Anya, however, refused to give up hope. She knew that they had to understand the void wave, to find a way to counter its effects. She believed that the crystalline fragments, the echoes of the lost, held the key to their survival. The silence was not just a threat, it was a mystery, a puzzle that they had to solve. The atmosphere in the colony became increasingly tense. The miners, usually a boisterous and resilient group, were subdued, their faces etched with worry. The scientists and technicians worked tirelessly, analyzing data, running simulations, trying to make sense of the incomprehensible. Jorin, despite his outward calm, felt a growing sense of dread. He knew that the colony was isolated, vulnerable, and facing an enemy that defied all understanding. The silence was not just a phenomenon, it was a psychological weapon, a creeping dread that eroded their morale, their sense of hope. The flickering stars, once a source of wonder and inspiration, now seemed like malevolent eyes, watching their every move, counting down to their demise. Anya, in her lab, stared at the crystalline fragment, its faint glow casting an eerie light on her face. She felt a deep connection to the memories it held, the echoes of the lost crew. She knew that they were not just data points, not just scientific curiosities. They were the victims of the void wave, the first casualties of an existential threat. She vowed to honor their memory, to find a way to understand the void wave, to find a way to survive. The silence, she realized, was not just a threat, it was a call to action, a challenge to human ingenuity, a test of their resilience. The fragmented memories extracted from the crystalline structures found on the derelict ships became humanity's most chilling and valuable source of information. Anya Sharma and her team at the UTA's Central Command dedicated themselves to piecing together these echoes of the lost, creating a haunting tapestry of the void wave's relentless advance. The process was painstaking and emotionally taxing. The crystalline structures, acting as organic data recorders, captured not just visual and auditory information but also emotional imprints. The raw terror, the despair, the fading hope of those who had succumbed to the wave. Anya and her team often found themselves immersed in these emotional vortexes, experiencing the last moments of countless lives. Each fragment revealed a glimpse into a different world, a different society, a different story. They witnessed the collapse of vast space stations, once bustling hubs of commerce and culture, now silent tombs drifting in the void. They saw the frantic evacuation of planetary colonies, the desperate attempts to escape the encroaching darkness. They heard the final broadcasts of doomed ships, their voices fading into static as the wave consumed their signals. The memories painted a terrifying picture of the entity behind the void wave. It was not a physical being, not a creature of flesh and blood, but a force of pure entropy, a cosmic predator that existed outside the known dimensions of space-time. It was a being of pure energy, a singularity that consumed not just matter and energy, but also information itself. The entity was not malevolent, not driven by hatred or a desire for conquest. It was simply fulfilling its nature, a fundamental force of the universe, a counterpoint to the forces of creation and expansion. It was a cosmic recycler, breaking down complex systems into their simplest components, returning order to chaos. Anya realized that the entity was not an enemy to be defeated but a force to be understood. Conventional weapons and military strategies were utterly useless against such a being. Humanity had to find a different way to survive, a way to coexist with this fundamental force of the universe. The UTA's Scientific Council, after weeks of intense debate, reached a consensus. They would abandon the idea of direct confrontation and focus on developing strategies for long-term survival. They would prioritize the construction of the Ark ships, the mobile cities designed to carry the remnants of humanity beyond the reach of the void wave. The Ark ships were not just vessels of escape, they were repositories of human knowledge, culture, and history. The UTA initiated a massive archiving project, digitizing every aspect of human civilization, scientific discoveries, artistic creations, philosophical treatises, historical records. They created vast data banks, virtual libraries, and holographic museums, ensuring that the essence of humanity would survive even if its physical form did not. Anya and her team focused on refining the void shielding technology, the key to protecting the Ark ships from the wave's effects. They discovered that the wave was attracted to complex energy signatures, particularly those associated with advanced technology. They realized that the more sophisticated their technology, the more vulnerable they were to the wave's influence. They shifted their focus from high-energy physics to biomimicry, studying the natural world for inspiration. They designed the Ark ships to be living ecosystems, using plants, algae, and genetically modified organisms to purify air and water, to generate food, and to provide energy. They developed organic computing systems, using neural networks and bacterial colonies to process information. They also discovered that the crystalline structures found on the derelict ships contained not just memories but also unique energy signatures, resonances that seemed to counteract the void wave's effects. Anya theorized that these resonances were remnants of life itself, echoes of the complex biological systems that had once existed on the consumed worlds. She began experimenting with these resonances, attempting to replicate them in the Ark ship's shielding system. She discovered that a resonance field based on the principles of life itself, a field that mimicked the complex interactions of a living ecosystem, could create a protective bubble around the ships, deflecting the void wave's energy. The Ark ships became more than just vessels. They became living entities, self-sustaining ecosystems capable of adapting to the harsh realities of interstellar space. They were designed to be resilient, to be capable of surviving for generations, even millennia, in the vast, uncharted regions of the galaxy. The UTA also recognized the importance of maintaining social cohesion and cultural continuity on the Ark ships. They established democratic governance structures, educational programs, and cultural exchange initiatives, ensuring that the diverse populations of the ships would remain united and connected. They understood that the survival of humanity was not just a matter of physical endurance but also a matter of cultural resilience. They had to preserve the values, the traditions, and the knowledge that had shaped them as a species. As the void wave continued its relentless advance, consuming star systems and leaving behind only silence and drifting ghosts, humanity prepared for its long journey into the unknown. The Ark ships, carrying the seeds of a new humanity, stood ready to embark on their silent exodus. The echoes of the lost served as a grim reminder of the stakes. Every fragmented memory, every chilling image, every haunting sound reinforced the urgency of their mission. They were not just fleeing a threat, they were carrying the torch of human civilization, ensuring that its light would continue to shine in the vast darkness of the cosmos. The laboratory on Luna Prime, nestled deep within the UTA's central command, became a sanctuary of somber reflection. Here, Anya Sharma and her team embarked on the arduous task of deciphering the fragmented memories held within the crystalline structures retrieved from the derelict ships. These structures, far from being mere data storage devices, were more akin to living archives, resonating with the echoes of lives lost to the encroaching void. The process was not merely a technical one, it was an emotional odyssey. The crystalline structures, when subjected to specific energy frequencies, released their stored data in a form that could be perceived by human senses. Anya and her team found themselves immersed in vivid recreations of past moments, experiencing the terror and despair of those who had faced the void wave. Each fragment was a window into a different world, a different society, a different story. They witnessed the final moments of bustling space stations, their corridors now silent and empty, their control panels dark. They saw the frantic evacuations of planetary colonies, the desperate attempts to launch escape vessels as the darkness consumed their skies. They heard the last transmissions of doomed ships, the voices of their crews fading into static as the wave absorbed their signals. The emotional toll was immense. Anya and her team often found themselves overwhelmed by the raw emotions captured within the crystalline structures. They experienced the crushing weight of despair, the chilling fear of the unknown, the lingering hope that flickered and died in the face of the inevitable. They saw the faces of children, their eyes wide with terror, clinging to their parents as the lights flickered and died. They heard the desperate prayers of the elderly, their voices trembling with fear and resignation. They witnessed the final acts of heroism, the selfless sacrifices of those who gave their lives to save others. The memories were not just a collection of data, they were a testament to the resilience and fragility of life, a haunting reminder of the cost of the void wave's advance. Anya and her team felt a profound sense of responsibility, a solemn duty to honor the memories of those who had been lost. As they pieced together the fragments, a clearer picture of the entity behind the void wave began to emerge. It was not a malevolent being, not a conscious force driven by hatred or a desire for destruction. It was a fundamental force of the universe, an entity of pure entropy, a cosmic recycler that broke down complex systems into their simplest components. The entity existed outside the known dimensions of space-time, a singularity that consumed not just matter and energy but also information itself. It was a force of cosmic balance, a counterpoint to the forces of creation and expansion, a necessary component of the universe's grand design. Anya realized that the entity was not an enemy to be defeated but a force to be understood, a fundamental aspect of reality that had to be accepted. Conventional weapons and military strategies were utterly useless against such a being. Humanity had to find a different way to survive, a way to coexist with this fundamental force of the universe. The UTA's Scientific Council, after weeks of intense debate and deliberation, reached a consensus. They would abandon the idea of direct confrontation and focus on developing strategies for long-term survival. They would prioritize the construction of the Ark ships, the mobile cities designed to carry the remnants of humanity beyond the reach of the void wave. The Ark ships were not just vessels of escape, they were repositories of human knowledge, culture, and history. The UTA initiated a massive archiving project, digitizing every aspect of human civilization, scientific discoveries, artistic creations, philosophical treatises, historical records. They created vast data banks, virtual libraries, and holographic museums, ensuring that the essence of humanity would survive even if its physical form did not. Anya and her team focused on refining the void shielding technology, the key to protecting the Ark's ships from the wave's effects. They discovered that the wave was attracted to complex energy signatures, particularly those associated with advanced technology. They realized that the more sophisticated their technology, the more vulnerable they were to the wave's influence. They shifted their focus from high-energy physics to biomimicry, studying the natural world for inspiration. They designed the Ark's ships to be living ecosystems, using plants, algae, and genetically modified organisms to purify air and water, to generate food, and to provide energy. They developed organic computing systems, using neural networks and bacterial colonies to process information. They also discovered that the crystalline structures found on the derelict ships contain not just memories but also unique energy signatures, resonances that seem to counteract the void wave's effects. Anya theorized that these resonances were remnants of life itself, echoes of the complex biological systems that had once existed on the consumed worlds. She began experimenting with these resonances, attempting to replicate them in the Ark's ship's shielding systems. She discovered that a resonance field based on the principles of life itself, a field that mimicked the complex interactions of a living ecosystem, could create a protective bubble around the ships, deflecting the void wave's energy. The Ark's ships became more than just vessels. They became living entities, self-sustaining ecosystems capable of adapting to the harsh realities of interstellar space. They were designed to be resilient, to be capable of surviving for generations, even millennia, in the vast, uncharted regions of the galaxy. The UTA also recognized the importance of maintaining social cohesion and cultural continuity on the Ark's ships. They established democratic governance structures, educational programs, and cultural exchange initiatives, ensuring that the diverse populations of the ships would remain united and connected. They understood that the survival of humanity was not just a matter of physical endurance but also a matter of cultural resilience. They had to preserve the values, the traditions, and the knowledge that had shaped them as a species. The psychological impact of the void wave was profound. The constant exposure to the fragmented memories, the chilling awareness of the entity's relentless advance, and the knowledge that their home was doomed created a pervasive sense of anxiety and dread. The UTA established support networks, counseling services, and cultural programs to help people cope with the emotional strain. They emphasized the importance of community, of human connection, of maintaining hope in the face of overwhelming adversity. The echoes of the lost served as a grim reminder of the stakes. Every fragmented memory, every chilling image, every haunting sound reinforced the urgency of their mission. They were not just fleeing a threat, they were carrying the torch of human civilization, ensuring that its light would continue to shine in the vast darkness of the cosmos. The memories were a weight, a burden, but also a guiding light, a reminder of what they were fighting for. The construction of the Ark's ships was a project of unprecedented scale and complexity, a testament to humanity's resilience and ingenuity. The UTA, realizing that their survival depended on these colossal vessels, mobilized every resource, every mind, and every hand to bring the project to fruition. Luna Prime, already a hub of scientific and technological advancement, transformed into a massive shipyard, a hive of activity where the future of humanity was being forged. The Ark's ships were not merely spaceships, they were mobile cities, self-sustaining ecosystems capable of supporting millions of people for generations. Each vessel was a marvel of engineering, a fusion of advanced technology and biomimicry. The hulls, constructed from a composite of bioengineered wood and ceramic alloys, were designed to withstand the harsh conditions of interstellar space and to minimize energy emissions, reducing their vulnerability to the void wave. The interior of each Ark's ship was a carefully designed ecosystem, a balance of technology and nature. Vast hydroponic farms, powered by fusion reactors, provided food and oxygen. Artificial biomes, replicating the diverse environments of Earth, offered a sense of familiarity and comfort. Genetically modified plants and algae purified air and water, creating a closed-loop system that minimized reliance on external resources. The Ark's ships were also equipped with advanced recycling systems, capable of converting waste into usable materials, organic computing systems, using neural networks and bacterial colonies, process data and manage the ship's complex systems. These systems were designed to be adaptable, capable of learning and evolving to meet the challenges of their long journey. The construction process was fraught with challenges. The sheer scale of the project required a massive influx of resources, and labor. Mining operations were expanded, new manufacturing plants were built, and existing infrastructure was repurposed. The UTA established a centralized command center to coordinate the efforts, ensuring that every aspect of the project was managed efficiently. One of the biggest challenges was the integration of organic systems with advanced technology. The ARC ships were designed to be living entities, but they also relied on sophisticated technology to function. Engineers and biologists worked closely together, developing hybrid systems that combined the best of both worlds. Anya Sharma and her team played a crucial role in developing the void shielding technology. They discovered that the crystalline resonances, the echoes of life found on the derelict ships, could be replicated and amplified, creating a protective bubble around the ARC ships. They designed a network of resonance generators, integrated into the ship's hull, that emitted a field mimicking the complex interactions of a living ecosystem. The construction of the ARC ships was not just a technical endeavor, it was a social and cultural transformation. The UTA, realizing the importance of maintaining social cohesion and cultural continuity, established democratic governance structures on the ARC ships. They created educational programs, cultural exchange initiatives, and support networks to ensure that the diverse populations of the ships would remain united and connected. The ARC ships were not just vessels of escape, they were repositories of human knowledge, culture, and history. The UTA launched a massive archiving project, digitizing every aspect of human civilization. Libraries of literature, databases of scientific discoveries, and recordings of human music and art were painstakingly digitized and compressed, ready to be carried to whatever new worlds they could find. The societal changes were profound. The focus shifted from individual achievement to collective survival. The values of cooperation, resilience, and adaptability became paramount. The UTA emphasized the importance of community, of human connection, of maintaining hope in the face of overwhelming adversity. The ARC ships became symbols of hope, beacons of resilience in the face of the encroaching darkness. They were not just vessels of escape, they were vessels of hope, carrying the seeds of a new humanity. The construction of the ARC ships was a testament to the human spirit, a demonstration of humanity's ability to adapt and overcome even the most daunting challenges. The psychological impact of the void wave was profound. The constant awareness of the entity's relentless advance, the knowledge that their home was doomed, created a pervasive sense of anxiety and dread. The UTA established support networks, counseling services, and cultural programs to help people cope with the emotional strain. The ARC builders were not just engineers and scientists, they were also artists, philosophers, and storytellers. They understood the importance of preserving the human spirit, of maintaining the values and traditions that had shaped them as a species. They created art galleries, theaters, and virtual reality simulations, ensuring that the ARC ships would be vibrant centers of culture and creativity. The construction of the ARC ships was a race against time. The void wave continued its relentless advance, consuming star systems and leaving behind only silence and drifting ghosts. The UTA worked tirelessly, pushing the limits of human ingenuity, to complete the project before it was too late. The ARC ships, colossal vessels of hope, stood ready to embark on their silent exodus. They were not just vessels of escape, they were vessels of hope, carrying the legacy of humanity into the vast unknown. The ARC builders, in their dedication and resilience, had ensured that the human story would continue, that the light of human civilization would continue to shine in the darkness of the cosmos. The launch of the ARC ships was a moment of profound significance, a silent exodus into the unknown. The colossal vessels, each a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, departed Luna Prime in staggered formations, their massive hulls gleaming under the faint light of the distant sun. The event was not marked by fanfare or celebration, but by a quiet determination, a collective resolve to carry the torch of humanity into the vast, uncharted regions of the galaxy. The void wave continued its relentless advance, consuming star systems and leaving behind only silence and drifting ghosts. The UTA, realizing the urgency of their situation, accelerated the launch schedule, sending the Ark's ships into the void as soon as they were deemed operational. The vessels, carrying the remnants of humanity, embarked on their perilous journey, leaving behind the cradle of their civilization. The initial stages of the Exodus were fraught with challenges. Navigating the vast, uncharted regions of interstellar space required a level of precision and adaptability that humanity had never before encountered. The Ark's ships, equipped with advanced navigation systems and organic computing networks, charted their course through the void, relying on star charts, gravitational anomalies, and the faint whispers of distant pulsars. The organic computing systems, designed to learn and evolve, proved to be invaluable in navigating the complexities of interstellar space. They analyzed data from the sensor arrays, adjusted course corrections, and managed the ship's complex systems with remarkable efficiency. The bacterial colonies, acting as living data processors, adapted to the changing conditions, ensuring the smooth operation of the ship's vital functions. The Ark ships, designed to be self-sustaining ecosystems, maintained a delicate balance of technology and nature. The hydroponic farms, powered by fusion reactors, provided food and oxygen. The artificial biomes, replicating the diverse environments of Earth, offered a sense of familiarity and comfort. The genetically modified plants and algae purified air and water, creating a closed-loop system that minimized reliance on external resources. The void shielding technology, developed by Anya Sharma and her team, proved to be effective in protecting the Ark's ships from the void waves' effects. The resonance generators, integrated into the ship's hull, emitted a field mimicking the complex interactions of a living ecosystem, deflecting the waves' energy. The Ark's ships, enveloped in a protective bubble of life, navigated the void with relative safety. As the Ark ships ventured deeper into the void, they encountered the leading edge of the wave. The flickering stars grew closer, the silence more profound. The sensor arrays detected a significant drop in energy readings, a chilling reminder of the wave's destructive power. The Ark ships, enveloped in their resonance shields, maintained their course, their crews watching the encroaching darkness with a mixture of fear and determination. The psychological impact of the silent exodus was profound. The constant awareness of the void wave's relentless advance, the knowledge that their home was doomed, created a pervasive sense of anxiety and dread. The Ark ships, though designed to be self-sufficient, were also isolated, adrift in the vast emptiness of space. The UTA, recognizing the importance of maintaining social cohesion and cultural continuity, established support networks, counseling services, and cultural programs on the Ark ships. They emphasized the importance of community, of human connection, of maintaining hope in the face of overwhelming adversity. The Ark ships became vibrant centers of culture and creativity. Art galleries, theaters, and virtual reality simulations offered a sense of normalcy and connection to their past. Educational programs and cultural exchange initiatives ensured that the diverse populations of the ships remained united and connected. Anya Sharma, aboard the leading Ark ship, continued her research into the void wave, seeking to understand its behavior and to refine the void shielding technology. She discovered that the wave's energy signature was not uniform, but varied depending on the complexity of the systems it was consuming. She theorized that the wave was attracted to complex energy signatures, particularly those associated with advanced technology. The more sophisticated their technology, the more vulnerable they were to the wave's influence. She also discovered that the wave's entropy field could be countered by a resonance field based on the principles of life itself, a field that mimicked the complex interactions of a living ecosystem. She began experimenting with different resonance frequencies, attempting to optimize the void shielding technology. She discovered that a resonance field based on the principles of biodiversity, a field that mimicked the complex interactions of diverse ecosystems, was particularly effective in deflecting the wave's energy. The Ark ships, therefore, were designed to be living ecosystems, their interiors filled with a diverse range of plants, animals, and microorganisms. The complex interactions of these organisms created a powerful resonance field, a shield of life that protected the ships from the void wave's destructive power. The silent exodus was not just a journey of escape, it was a journey of discovery. The Ark ships, carrying the seeds of a new humanity, ventured into the vast unknown, seeking to understand the universe and their place within it. They were not just fleeing a threat, they were exploring the cosmos, seeking new worlds, new opportunities, new beginnings. The Ark ships, in their silent journey, carried the hopes and dreams of humanity, the legacy of a civilization that had faced the ultimate challenge and emerged stronger, more resilient, more united. The silent exodus was a testament to the human spirit, a demonstration of humanity's ability to adapt and overcome even the most daunting challenges. The Ark ships, having traversed vast stretches of interstellar emptiness, began to encounter the leading edge of the void wave. The once distant flicker of stars now grew into a disquieting, pervasive instability, a visual manifestation of the encroaching entropy. The silence, previously a distant phenomenon, now pressed against the Ark ship's sensor arrays like a physical weight, a chilling reminder of the wave's relentless advance. Anya Sharma, aboard the lead Ark ship, Elysium, spent countless hours analyzing the sensor data, seeking to understand the intricate patterns of the void wave's energy signature. She observed that the wave's intensity varied, fluctuating in response to the complexity of the systems it encountered. Regions with dense concentrations of technological infrastructure, remnants of consumed civilizations, emitted stronger resonance signatures, attracting the wave's attention. Conversely, areas with minimal technological activity, regions populated by asteroid fields or dormant star systems, experienced a less intense effect. This observation reinforced Anya's theory that the void wave was attracted to complex energy signatures, particularly those associated with advanced technology. She also noted that the wave's entropy field was not a uniform force, but a complex, multi-layered phenomenon. Layers of varying intensity and frequency interacted with each other, creating a dynamic, ever-shifting landscape of energy. This complexity, she realized, was both a threat and an opportunity. The threat lay in the wave's ability to adapt and overcome static defenses. If the Ark ships relied solely on a single, unchanging resonance field, the wave could eventually learn to bypass it. The opportunity lay in the possibility of creating a dynamic, evolving resonance field, one that could adapt to the wave's changing patterns. Anya began experimenting with different resonance frequencies, attempting to create a field that could mimic the complexity of the void wave itself. She discovered that a field based on the principles of biodiversity, a field that replicated the intricate interactions of diverse ecosystems, was particularly effective in deflecting the wave's energy. The Ark ships, already designed as self-sustaining ecosystems, were further enhanced to maximize their biodiversity. Artificial biomes were populated with a wider range of plant and animal species, creating a complex web of interactions. Genetically modified microorganisms were introduced to the ship's systems, enhancing the efficiency of recycling and waste management. The resonance generators, integrated into the ship's hull, were reprogrammed to emit a dynamic, ever-changing field, adapting to the wave's fluctuating patterns. The organic computing systems, using neural networks and bacterial colonies, processed data from the sensor arrays, adjusting the resonance field in real time. As the Ark ships ventured deeper into the void, they encountered increasingly intense manifestations of the wave. The flickering stars grew more erratic, the silence more profound. The sensor arrays detected a significant increase in energy depletion, a chilling reminder of the wave's destructive power. The crews of the Ark ships, accustomed to the relative calm of interstellar space, experienced a growing sense of unease. The constant awareness of the void wave's proximity, the knowledge that their survival depended on the delicate balance of their ship's systems, created a pervasive sense of anxiety. The UTA, recognizing the psychological strain on the crews, intensified their efforts to maintain social cohesion and cultural continuity. Virtual reality simulations offered immersive experiences of Earth's natural wonders, providing a sense of connection to their lost home. Educational programs and cultural exchange initiatives fostered a sense of community and shared purpose. Anya, in her research lab, made a profound discovery. She realized that the void wave was not merely a destructive force, but a fundamental aspect of the universe, a necessary counterpoint to the forces of creation and expansion. It was a cosmic recycler, breaking down complex systems into their simplest components, returning order to chaos. The ancient entity behind the wave, she theorized, was not malevolent, but simply fulfilling its nature, a fundamental force of the universe. It was a cosmic gardener, pruning the overgrown branches of complexity, ensuring the health and balance of the cosmos. This realization shifted Anya's perspective. She understood that humanity's survival did not lie in defeating the void wave, but in finding a way to coexist with it, To embrace a symbiotic relationship with the cosmos, they had to understand the wave's rhythms, to learn to anticipate its movements, to adapt their systems to its patterns. The Ark's ships, therefore, were not just vessels of escape, but vessels of adaptation, vessels of understanding. They were designed to be living ecosystems, capable of evolving in response to the changing conditions of the void. They were designed to be resilient, to be capable of surviving for generations, even millennia, in the vast, uncharted regions of the galaxy. The crews of the Ark's ships, inspired by Anya's insights, began to view their journey in a new light. They were not just fleeing a threat, but embarking on a profound exploration of the universe, seeking to understand its fundamental forces, to find their place within its grand design. They began to appreciate the beauty and complexity of the void, the intricate dance of energy and entropy that shaped the cosmos. They realized that the silence was not just an absence, but a presence, a subtle symphony of cosmic forces. The resonance of life became a guiding principle, a philosophy that emphasized the interconnectedness of all living systems, the importance of balance and harmony. The Ark's ships, embodying this principle, became beacons of hope, symbols of humanity's ability to adapt and thrive in the face of overwhelming adversity. The silent exodus was not just a journey of survival, but a journey of transformation. Humanity, having faced the ultimate challenge, had emerged stronger, wiser, more united. They had learned to embrace the complexity of the cosmos, to find their place within its grand design. They had discovered the true meaning of resilience, the power of life to adapt and endure. Gemini can make M. The Ark's ships, carrying the remnants of humanity, continued their long and arduous journey through the void. Generations were born and died within their self-sustaining ecosystems, their lives interwoven with the hum of fusion reactors and the gentle rustle of artificial forests. The stories of Earth, once a vibrant blue jewel in the cosmos, became legends, tales passed down through generations, reminding them of their origins and the perilous journey they had undertaken. The void wave, though still a constant presence, became less of a threat and more of a familiar companion. Anya Sharma's breakthroughs in understanding the wave's nature had allowed humanity to adapt, to harmonize their existence with the cosmic force of entropy. The Ark's ships, their resonance shields humming with the complex rhythms of life, navigated the void with a newfound sense of confidence. They encountered remnants of other civilizations, echoes of worlds consumed by the wave. Some were silent, drifting husks, their technology long since decayed. Others were remnants of societies that had adapted, like humanity, finding ways to coexist with the encroaching entropy. These encounters were not hostile, but rather moments of shared understanding, a silent recognition of the challenges they had all faced. The Ark's ships, in their long journey, became living archives, repositories of human knowledge, culture, and history. The vast data banks, virtual libraries, and holographic museums preserved the legacy of Earth, ensuring that the essence of humanity would endure. But they also became laboratories, spaces where new ideas were born, where new forms of art and science flourished. The crews of the Ark's ships, freed from the constraints of a single planet, began to explore new frontiers of thought. They developed new forms of art, inspired by the vastness of the void and the intricate patterns of the void wave. They created new scientific theories, seeking to understand the fundamental laws of the universe, the interplay of creation and entropy. They also began to develop new forms of governance, based on principles of cooperation, sustainability, and adaptability. The Ark's ships, designed to be self-sufficient communities, fostered a sense of shared responsibility, a collective commitment to the well-being of all. As the generations passed, the Ark's ships began to diverge, their cultures evolving in unique and unexpected ways. Some ships focused on scientific exploration, seeking to map the furthest reaches of the galaxy. Others focused on artistic expression, creating new forms of music, dance, and storytelling. Still others focused on social innovation, developing new models of community and governance. They began to seed new worlds when they found planets that were not already consumed by the void wave, and were able to support life. They landed, and began to build new colonies. They carried with them, not weapons of war, but tools of creation, seeds of life, and the wisdom of their ancestors. They were no longer refugees, but pioneers, explorers, and stewards of the cosmos. Anya's legacy lived on, not as a name etched in stone, but as a philosophy woven into the fabric of their society. Her understanding of the void wave, her insights into the interconnectedness of life and entropy, had become the foundation of their worldview. They had learned to respect the forces of the universe, to find a balance between their own needs and the needs of the cosmos. They had learned that survival was not just about physical endurance, but about adaptability, about understanding, about finding a way to live in harmony with the forces that shaped their existence. They had learned that the silence was not just a threat, but a call to action, a challenge to human ingenuity, a test of their resilience. They had discovered that the true meaning of resilience lay in the ability to adapt and evolve, to find new ways to thrive in the face of adversity. They had learned that the seeds of a new dawn were not just physical, but also intellectual, cultural, and spiritual. The Ark ships, once symbols of escape, became symbols of hope, beacons of resilience in the vast darkness of the cosmos. They were not just vessels of survival, but vessels of transformation, carrying the legacy of humanity into a new era. The silent exodus had become a journey of discovery, a quest to understand the echoes of the lost and to find a new dawn in the vast, whispering void. Humanity had learned to embrace the complexity of the cosmos, to find their place within its grand design. They had discovered the power of life to adapt and endure, to create new beginnings in the face of overwhelming adversity. The story of humanity was not one of conquest or dominance, but one of resilience, adaptation, and understanding. They had learned to live in harmony with the forces of the universe, to find a balance between their own needs and the needs of the cosmos. They had become the seeds of a new dawn, a testament to the enduring power of life.